Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of the Cosmic Belonging podcast, Traversing the Stars. I am very blessed to have you here with me. I can't wait to start this journey, and I can't wait to see how it evolves. All right, without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? We are officially beginning the start of our astrological new year. The equinox is taking place on March 19th, 2024. That's today. And Aries season begins at 10:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are beginning this trip around the sun with downloads about our personal healing process, as Mercury, the planet of communication and education, conjoins Chiron for the first time on Wednesday, March 20th. We will start to undergo a strengthening of will. Chiron, the wounded healer, is training us, as he trained each of the gods, to become the hero of our own story. This conjunction, combined with the impending Mercury retrograde in Aries, will begin a self-actualizing trilogy, continued on April 15th and culminating on May 6th of this year. Mercury and Chiron in Aries are here to ask you, where in your life have you made yourself smaller? How has your ego been getting in the way or holding you back from growth? What risks have you been too afraid to take? Which area of your life is begging for you to take inspired action? How can you heal your relationship to communicating your needs while making sure that communication is well received? Your hero's journey begins on the 20th with messages from the universe and the first meetup of Mercury and Chiron. Never forget that the hero's journey always begins with the fool, who has a bright idea, a fire in his heart, and a calling to fulfill his deepest desires. He doesn't wait for the perfect time, for others to tell him he will succeed or to be granted their approval. He hears a whisper from the chambers of his soul and knows that he must act, or forever wonder, what if? On Thursday, March 21st, coming off the heels of receiving Chiron's medicine, we are given a major boost of confidence when the Sun in Aries sextiles Pluto in Aquarius at 1 degree. On this day, we are going to feel a new or renewed sense of power to go and get what we want. The more unique, the better. Aries and Aquarius work so well together because both energies, when exalted, are about being themselves unapologetically. It is through their individuality that they end up helping the collective. Aquarius is allowing us to see the unseen, and Aries is giving us the enthusiasm to follow our fire and birth a creation. Pluto is regenerating the way we take action and giving us the guts to go off the beaten path and see things from a higher vantage point. And although Mars is far away from the action at 29 degrees of Aquarius, it being at the penultimate degree point is bringing with it a pressure that is pushing us to make a move. It's the perfect day to start a project solo, only to look around and find a community gathering joyously at the outlet you've created. Passion and personal power are the themes of this transit. Follow one to make way for the other. Also taking place on March 21st, Venus will move into a conjunction with Saturn in Pisces. Usually, a Venus-Saturn conjunction feels like a very restrictive transit, forcing us to tighten up our purse strings or seriously reconsider a relationship. But because both planets are in a sign that Venus is exalted in, there's a bit more ease in the air of this reality check. The message this transit brings is that creating routines for ourselves and sticking to them actually allows us the freedom to enjoy our earthly pleasures and galactic dreams without fear of drought or drowning. Cultivating space to play and being diligent about carving out time to delve into your imagination is essential to seeding love into the world. Saturn is the planet of responsibility and maturity. Venus is the planet of love, money, the home, and self-worth. Pisces represents imagination, the spiritual world, unconditional love, and oneness. The questions to consider from this conjunction are: where do we need to restructure the boundaries in our lives and relationships? How can we recommit to opening our hearts more authentically and beneficially? What self-care practices do we need to inject into our daily/weekly schedule? How can we consistently keep our cup full so that we can avoid being depleted or slipping into escapism? Friday, March 22nd brings with it a whole new vibe as Mars enters Pisces and allows us to utilize the check-in from the day prior and take steps to implement change. Although Mars is all about taking action, it can get very confused and turned around in the sign of Pisces. So if you don't exactly get it right the first time around, try again. Whatever you do, resist frustration and go with the flow. Acceptance is the motto for the next 5.5 weeks. Mars in Pisces is a spiritual warrior, using universal love and creativity as its weapon. Needless to say, this transit will encourage you to take action by writing a poem, song, or script. Art of all kinds are celebrated. It will invigorate your desire to spread joy whenever you can. Most importantly, Mars in Pisces is the great fighter of injustice. It brings revolution through solidarity, a softening of the heart, and a dissolution of the individual. For the next 6 weeks, contemplate: how can you lift up your coworker, make peace with your neighbor, or even come to understand a complete stranger? Don't forget that a free hug or a gracious smile can go a long way to creating the conditions for a better world. Thank you for beginning this journey with me. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, I am so appreciative of you and the fact that you made it all the way to the end. The next installment will be released Thursday night, and we'll be covering the transits from March 23rd through the 30th. Until next time, and don't forget, you belong. Bye now. Bye.